we have proper, accurate, and detailed information about OSU. We know its members wear civilian clothes. They travel in groups of 5 people from one ethnic community. They are heavily armed with lethal weapons. They are better facilitated in terms of logistics and transportation, remuneration, communication, and weapons and the country's official security agencies. This is a group that last week killed people in Kamukunji, Mlolongo, and Jogoo roads. They fired at people from unmarked green, black, gray, silver, red, and white, mostly Subaru vehicles. They also fired from one gray Toyota Succeed KBD 612G. Each of the 5 occupants of each of the vehicles was from one ethnic community, as has been stated before. These vehicles are always parked at the traffic police headquarters near the Kenyatta Hospital, at the Anti-Terror Police Unit, and Nairobi Regional Headquarters. We restate that only mission of OSU squad is to assassinate or grievously harm Azimio leaders and Kenyans protesting against harmful government policies. OSU is a squad Kenya Kwanza resolved to cooperate with, supposedly to ensure that there is no loss of life and livelihoods. It is a squad that will kill people tomorrow and during upcoming protests. We thank Kenyans on Twitter and on social media because they on their part have been able to pick on this killer squad and spread it all over. Of course, we are still gathering evidence in this regard. I now call on Mheshimiwa Martha Karua. We are aware that members of the diplomatic corps have asked for a meeting. And in fact, I was given the responsibility to be the convener on our side. So what you have said is news, but what we need to reiterate is, of course, we can never say no to envoys who are credited to our country when they want to meet up with the leadership. We will have to brief them accordingly. It's a briefing business. But it's the same envoys who are also bound by the resolutions of the UN Human Rights Center in Geneva, because all the representatives from their respective countries collectively issued that statement, highlighting the fact that it is the police who got out and killed our people. We had the very difficult mission of seeing some of the Kenyans who are killed. 3 bodies at Shalom Hospital. In fact, the names are there. There are now 4. And we know there will be a burial in Kiminini, for example. One young man, Wanjala, be buried there on Friday. And Kakamega on Saturday. There will be one young man who in Mali, and the problem that emanated in Mali because people saw this young man who was going to join Egerton University or Moi University in September to do ICT. He came out with his mother and was killed in the presence of his mother. He had nothing to do with any demonstrations. He was just watching what the police were doing. He will also be buried. That young man's ambition in life was, because the mother is a single mother, to go study, get a university degree, come and put up a home for his mother. You can imagine, therefore, how shattered that single mother is in Mali. And as a result of that, people came out. And you can look at each of these cases. where as a result of the killer squad, the people we saw, all of them had bullet wounds. The ones who succumbed had them on the head, on the chest. But the majority of them were running away. Why kill people who are running away? Because the bullets were from the back. So these are some of the things that we will share with the envoys. And we expect them also not to be partisan in any way.